Okay, so this assignment is going to be on how to solve systems of equations using elimination. And yesterday we looked at elimination where we were adding, and that was when you had a variable x or y, and one of them would eliminate by using addition. And so we just added straight down and it eliminated that variable. Today what we're going to look at is an example of still using elimination, but we're going to look at a system that when you look at it will not eliminate using addition. So we have to use multiplication. So let me write down the problem and then we're going to take a look at it. Okay, if you look at this example, what you're going to notice is that if you look at your x's, you have 3x and 6x. Neither one of those, they're not opposite, so they're not going to eliminate. If you add, you'll end up with 9x. And then y and 2y, if you add straight down, you will get 3y. So we need to come up with something that will help us to eliminate the x or the y. Now in this case, I can do either one, because if I'm doing the x, the one on the top is a 3, and I would need it to be a -6 so that it would match up with the 6 on the bottom and eliminate. I could also do the y's, because the y has a 2 on the bottom. I would need a -2 on the top to make that eliminate. So I can do either one. I'm going to start and I'm going to take the x's. So what I'm going to be looking at is this x term right here, and what I notice is that if I'm looking at the x term, that if I can make this 3 on the top turn into a -6, then it will eliminate. So I'm going to take my top equation and I'm going to multiply the entire top by -2. Because if I multiply by -2, it will make that 3 on top of -6. So let's see what we get. Multiplying everything in the equation by -2, we get -6x minus 2y equals -16. Okay, doing that, the bottom equation is fine. I don't want to mess with it, so I'm just going to copy it down. I'm not going to change anything on it, so I'm going to just bring it down 6x, or bring it to the right. 6x plus 2y equals 16. I didn't need to change anything there. Once you do that, you can add straight down and you're able to eliminate the x's. Now notice what happens. -6x and 6x, if you add straight down, they cancel. But look at the y's. -2y and +2y, those also cancel. So you end up with 0 on the left. Bring down your equal sign. On the right, -16 plus 16 is 0. In this particular case, both of my variables, x and y, eliminated. And when that happens, you have a statement that is either true or false. And in this case, 0 equals 0 is a true statement. So the answer to this would be infinitely many solutions. So that's the first example. All right, let's look at another example. So let me go back and turn my pen black. Okay, let's look at another example where we're going to do something similar, but we'll get an answer instead of infinitely many. And infinitely many is always something that you can get. You can also get no solution if you were to solve and get 0 equals, let's say 10, where you have a statement that's not true. Then that would always be something you could do and get an answer that's no solution or infinitely many, which works out anytime. Okay, so let's do our second example. 3x minus y equals 5. And my second equation is x minus 4y equals -2. Okay, so if I look at this equation, or system, add straight down would not help me. Because if you add straight down, 3x plus x would give you 4x. And -1y minus 4y would give you -5y. And if you want to go ahead and put 1s in front of those, you can do that. So what I know is that I need to multiply the top or the bottom equation by something so that either the x or the y will eliminate. And which one you choose to do is your decision. Sometimes you can do either one. Sometimes there's only one that will be easy to do. So I'm just going to start with my x's. I have a 3x on top. If I were to have a -3x on bottom, it would eliminate. So I'm going to take my bottom equation and I'm going to multiply it by -3. That will give me the -3x I need on the bottom. But if I do that, I have to multiply the entire equation by -3. So let's do that. -3 times 1x is -3x. -3 times -4y is plus 12y. Bring your equal over, and -3 times -2 is positive 6. The equation on the top I'm not going to change. I'm just going to copy it over. And so now I'm ready to add straight down. So draw your line. Adding straight down will eliminate the 3x and the -3x. -1y plus 12y is 11y, and 5 plus 6 is 11. So to solve, you would divide both sides by 11, and I would get y equals 1. So there's the first part of my answer. The y is 1. We know that. Okay, the second part of my answer, I need to take y equals 1, and I need to plug that back into my top or my bottom equation. I'm going to use the top equation. So I'm just going to use 3x minus 1y equals 5. Now my y is 1, so I've got 3x minus 1 times 1 equals 5. So that is 3x minus 1 equals 5. Solving would give you, add 1 to both sides, would give you 6 equals 3x, and then divide by 3 on both sides would give you x equals 2. And there you have your answer, 2, 1. And just like on any other system of equations, you can take your answer, your x and your y, you can plug it back in to see if it makes true statements, but it will have to make true statements on both equations to be a solution. Okay, and so I'm going to let you now begin working on your assignment and see how that goes. If you have questions, let me know. I'll be glad to help you or answer those.